Kick off with Simon from Sun.
Mikel, obviously you get these midweeks like this are very rare for you where you have a clear week. And I remember you were speaking to us before the Wolves game, I think, and you said it would look a bit different or you would do something different. I just wonder if you could give us an insight into what you've done.
Yeah, you guys tried to understand what we were doing. No, it's been different because obviously we haven't had the time to do that. So we had they had some time off. After that, we had a little bit more time to train as well. We gathered together in different ways. For example, last night we had the Arsenal Foundation event, which it was magnificent to be part of that as well, and all the boys were there together. So it's been a different one. Very good for our preparation, I believe, and hopefully we can show that on Sunday.
Was there a temptation? I know we've seen with, I think, City and sort of Chelsea players have been going off. And we saw Haaland in Paris this week and jetting off. Were the players allowed to do that, or did you prefer to kind of keep them closer? And what was the reasoning around?
Yeah, we had times throughout this period as well when the players had the opportunity to do that as well, and we are constantly talking to them about their needs and what they want, and we believe that this time it was better to stay here. We changed it a little bit differently to what we've done in the past, and hopefully it was the right decision.
Dave, Guardian.
I just want to go back to Viktor, if that's okay.
Yeah.
The confidence is so vital for any striker. I just wonder if you can talk about. He looks like he's playing with a lot more freedom now.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with that or what it does for a centre forward.
Well, I think confidence is the fundamental pillar for any person. I think in general, whatever you do in life, and when you feel like you belong somewhere, that you are liked, if you are loved, even better, and if you feel the trust of the people around you, I think then you can really hit the levels that everybody expects from you. And I think Viktor now is in a moment that starts to get those kinds of feelings, and that's a really positive thing, obviously, to perform.
Because it was a big move for him, wasn't it, from Sporting to Arsenal? Do you think that was? I don't know, did we underestimate how big that step was, maybe?
I don't know. We didn't, because we tried to explain to all the new circumstances and context that he's going to have to adapt and embrace when you come here. And the big one was obviously a different league, a different game model, players that he never played with before. And on top of that, you come with the expectation of bringing that number 9 shirt in your back, and that's a big one.
And are you aware, just finally, that the more he scores, the more money you owe Sporting in add-ons?
I hope that the owners and everybody at the club is very happy if that's the case.
Yes, Anne?
Yeah.
Again on Viktor, he seems quite an intense kind of guy. What's he like behind the scenes? Is he really intense, and how do you kind of manage it?
Intense in what sense?
Just his eyes. He just
No, that's he wants to kill you. Yeah. But it's a really, really nice guy. He's really open, really demanding and transparent. I mentioned it a few times, but his look, that eyes, when he looks at you, it can look a bit intimidating, yeah.
And separately, in terms of on the pitch, from 2026 this year, Arsenal have made 4 errors leading to goals. Declan Rice been the latest one against Spurs. Only Spurs got more errors this year, which is 5. What are the reasons behind this? Is it pressure? Is it just luck?
It's football as well. So Declan made 1 in the second half. It was a very similar action and didn't end up in a goal, but it was very close to that. So very, very unusual. Obviously, you want to eradicate anything that is a gift to the opponent, but sometimes it happens. But hopefully it happened now, and it won't happen again.
Is that pressure, or is that something else?
I think the other day, for example, Declan action, I think it's confident enough to take the ball and try to clean the action in an area that he has no much reward and a lot of risk, I would say. So probably a different decision would have been better, but I think that shows confidence and the player can still unlock a situation like this.
Gary, times.
You were sort of saying that a couple of years ago when you went to Dubai, you had all the families there. It was very much about bonding and the squad bonding.
Yeah.
But this week, when you they've pretty much seen each other every 3 days this year. This week, did you feel they almost needed not to see each other and actually have a break to kind of see families and then come back refreshed?
That's the theory, and I wish we could be in Dubai. So if we have 1 or 2 days, I guarantee you that we were in Dubai for a few days, even if it was for a 3 days because everybody was dying for it. But then you get very surprised because sometimes when I give them the day offs and you think that they don't want to see each other, no? then I find out that 8 players or 10 were having dinner at somebody's house. They spend the whole afternoon together. And that's the beauty of it, the fact that they want to be together because they feel like being together is the best thing that they can do. And that was the case this week as well in a lot of cases.
Do you do a barbecue? I know Archie's done a barbecue.
With this weather, we only have one day. One day. Wednesday was, yeah? So no barbecues, but the barbecue's coming.
City and you have covered more ground than anyone else, or that are in the top 3 covering ground in the Premier League, and Zubimendi's has run more than anyone else. Is there any correlation to that and that where you are in the table in terms of running, and can it have any bearing in the running for this season?
I think we'll go game to game. Obviously, is efficiency of how far you run, where you run, and especially when you run, which is the most important thing. Obviously, the intensity of those actions and the sprint distance, a lot of things. It's a lot about that, but putting a bit perspective sometimes is important. But the will to do the work when it's necessary, that's for sure something that a winning team should have.